Hey, Tim Sykes here. Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2021. The stock market is closed today. It's a Friday. Many people are hungover, but that should not let you not study. Okay. That should not impact your studying because if you want to make this your best year, I want to hit the ground running. I want you to really make this an amazing year, not just in terms of any potential money that you might make, but in terms of your studying habits and really learning what works best for you. Because every single person watching this video is a little different, and you have to find what works best for you. You're playing a game of catch up where the market is so hot, the patterns are so hot, but most people are unprepared. Never forget, 90% plus of traders lose. So it's an honor for me to teach what I've learned over the past 20 plus years, but you really have to apply different lessons and tips to your own trading. Never follow alerts from anybody else. Never go all in, never use leverage. I mean, there are some basic rules that I think apply to everybody, but you have to find your best patterns and setups. And that's what you really have to focus on in 2021 if you want to succeed in an industry where most people lose and most people fail. So I want you to rise above the rest by, really honing in on the best strategies, the best practices for you. Actually, leave a comment underneath this video saying, I want to make 2021 the best year ever. Type that whole thing out, say it out loud, go to the window, scream it out loud, take a video, tweet it at me. Say, I want to make 2021 the best year ever. And that's different for everybody. Some people think it's just about money. No, some people just want to trade for a half hour a day and then go, to the beach and swim. That's fine. You make the stock market work for you, whatever works. But understand there's endless opportunities right now, but you're playing a game of catch up. Most people are unprepared for the opportunities. So I wanted to make this little video. I'll do a more detailed video on Sunday, but just want to help you maximize the next 3 days because I said this, even though the stock market is closed and many people have a hangover, are you willing to study and are you willing to learn to make your 21 better? And the sad reality is that most people would not dream of studying on January 1st. Like even when I said, study hard on New Year's Eve, people were like, come on, take a day off. I'm like, come on, let's be real. Like parties suck right now. Like this is a weird world that we're in. Just maximize your studying. You have no excuse, right? Like next year or 2 years from now, when the world probably is normal or more normal, the parties will probably come back. So this is the time, this is the year to really push your studying so that you can really be better prepared. And most people wouldn't study, and that's why most people will not become millionaires, okay? No one likes when I say that like 90% of traders lose, but that ugly stat is reality. So you have to do what other people are not doing and what other people are not willing to do. So I need to inspire you. Here's a little inspiration before I get to Kyle. Here's Jack. Jack was my top earning student in December. Pretty amazing, nearly $800,000 in profits on the month. Okay, and understand this is somebody, his previous best year in 2019, he made a little over 100,000 for the year. Now in the month of December, he made nearly 800,000 for the year. He made, I think, like 1.7 million. He was on fire. I was just up in New Hampshire recently with him, got him a nice little $25,000 chain to celebrate him crossing a million. Now he's at like 1.95 million just a few weeks later. It's actually pretty insane. But we sat down for a 4.5 hour interview. It was just supposed to be an hour, but he got really detailed with his struggles. And I'm so excited for you to see that. That'll be up in the next few days and weeks. And he struggled so much before he really hit it, and I love what he's doing. I love that he's sharing all his details, his strategies. Just gave a 2.5 hour challenge webinar yesterday. You challenge students who were in the webinar. Be very grateful that he's willing to share. Just like Tim Grittani, when he had a $300,000 day back on June 30th, I was like, how are you going to celebrate? And he's like, can I give a challenge webinar? And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's amazing. But these guys work so hard and they just want to give back to the community because they're so grateful, not just for the money, but for, the opportunity. And they want more people to see these patterns. And I love it. So thank you, Tim Grittani, for giving challenge webinars. All you challenge students, by the way, you have access to all of the archive webinars. Go watch that June 30th webinar from Tim Grittani. It's amazing. And then yesterday, December 31st, 2020. It'll be archived, Jack Kellogg's webinar. And I just love this. I mean, this is the first thing he posted. This is what I woke up to on January 1st. And I was just like inspired. And he said this, a lot of people told him he would never make, any serious money trading penny stocks. And he says, so glad I didn't listen to the haters. And so this is what I get a lot from people like, oh, when you post like small gains or small losses, like all the promoters rip on them because, 2020, all these plays are running like crazy. Crypto's running like crazy. The promoters are running wild, but that's not a lasting strategy. Following others, riding a pump that you don't even realize is a pump, which is the reality for most people. By all means, ride these pumps, but understand that almost every single one of these companies that's spiking 100, 200, 300, 500%, it's going to fail. It's going to go to zero or close to zero in the next few months, in the next few zeros. So never believe the hype. And again, there is serious money if you learn different strategies, but you really have to be meticulous, because no matter how much money you make in a week, in a month, in a year, you get too cocky, the market is going to humble you. If you start saying, oh, every stock is just going to run so much, maybe you're in a hot market like we are in 2020 and you start learning the wrong lessons, then a cooler market comes and you lose everything. That's how the market works. You can prevent that loss by really studying, by having the right perspective and the right mindset and the right strategy and the right rules. So Jack, fantastic, nearly 800,000 on the month. I really could not be prouder. And he's studying so hard every day and he's giving back to the community. It was a beautiful 2.5-hour webinar. Every single one of you challenge students watching this should watch that webinar. It's archived. And if you're not in my challenge, you should get in it, because not only is Jack giving webinars, but here is his friend Kyle. This was a few months ago when we were back in Arizona, chilling and, meeting up. Kyle made 200,000 plus for the month. He's closing in, I think, on like 800,000 overall. And he's giving a webinar next Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. So I'm really excited to hear that. This is what I love, when people succeed and then they're willing to share the inner workings. They both do monthly recaps. So I'm sure over the holiday weekend, they'll have monthly recaps of all their trading and all their stats. It's really about being meticulous. But I'll link where you can apply to get into my challenge below. Only apply if you're serious about learning. Forget about just wanting to be rich or wanting to be a millionaire. Like, are you willing to actually put in the time and effort to make it happen? If you're lazy, if you just want hot alerts, there's nothing completely wrong with you. I mean, there's a lot wrong with that mindset, but just don't waste my time with your BS. Okay. People want it too easily. They're not willing to grind and hustle and study. And literally, I've already gotten some messages, people being offended that I'm telling them to study and go hard on December 31st and January 1st. They're like, Tim, I like you, but this is just too much. No, it's not too much. Okay. It gets easier after a few years, but almost nobody has earned the right to take days off right now. Like I said in the beginning of this video, you're playing a game of catch up. This game has been played for years and decades without you being prepared. It was, being played before even I got started back in 1998 and 1999. So I was playing a game of catch up, and now you're playing an even bigger game of catch up. The good news is we can speed up your learning curve. That's what the challenge is all about. And it's pretty crazy. Several new millionaires created in 2020, several more students closing in on $1 million. We got Huddy, I think he's around 750,000. Tim Lento's at like 900,000. Kyle is at like 800 or 850,000. Matt Monaco came from out of nowhere and he's at like 650 or 700,000. We got Dom, he's at like 7, 8, or actually maybe even closer to 900,000. He's not very public about it. So we have a lot of students who are really crushing it. And I'm excited. It's not just about the money. Also, got to give props to Mariana. This is Jack's girlfriend, and she just had a 6-figure month. This is my first female student with a 6-figure month. And, look at her days. I mean, she's very conservative. Like you wouldn't think that you can make 6 figures without taking big risks, but it's possible if you're conservative. And I actually sat down with her in New Hampshire. So stay tuned for that video. Props to Kyle. I mean, this is his profit chart, and it's just amazing. It's really amazing what hard work will do. A few more students to give props to. Brock, another one of my challenge students, amazing December. And he said nearly gave up so many times. And I love, this where you're not just talking about the money, but you're talking about the process. It's so hard in the beginning. I don't think many people realize, like, you want the money, you want the success, but like you don't realize how hard trading is in the beginning. Even Tim Grittani, who made, I think, nearly $5 million for 2020. I mean, he made nothing his first 9 months, nothing. And yet he was studying every day. Brock, I mean, almost gave up. And he literally made nothing his first 3 years. So are you willing to study for a year, 2 years, 3 years and not make anything? The answer for most people is no, right? Like, why am I studying? I should be getting paid for my time. But what hopefully you understand, if you watch enough of my videos and you see enough of these students, you start growing your account exponentially after you start small, after you understand the basics, after you go through those frustrations. If you make the money too quickly and it adds up too fast, like, you don't appreciate it. You don't have the right perspective, and you're actually setting yourself up for failure. Like, I think a lot of traders in 2020 who think that trading is too easy just because they're in the right place at the right time with the market. So don't feel bad if you're not making anything. Don't feel bad if you're losing. Don't feel bad if you want to give up. A lot of people go through that, but if you stick with it, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, everything starts to gel, especially in a hot market. Here's Bryce. If you've seen my 30-day boot camp with Matt Monaco, he calls Bryce the dumbest person that he knows. And Bryce made 60 grand on the month. John Papa also, Sublime Trades, 41K, new best month for December. Pretty awesome. And then I wanted to highlight one more student before I get to some stock charts. Jarrett, donating 10% of his profits to the Barstool Fund. I just donated $100,000 to the Barstool Fund, in case you didn't know. I'll link the Barstool Fund underneath this. I'll have a lot of links just so that you can understand what's going on better. But Barstool Fund is an amazing new charity created by Dave Portnoy. I think they've raised like 16 or 17 million now in less than a month, which is awesome. And they support small businesses, all over America where they're just not getting enough support, and they're going through really tough times. So the Barstool Fund is amazing. And I love this, that Jarrett is donating 10%. Like, it's not obviously a huge dollar amount, but this is a good habit to get into. And I encourage every single person watching this to really congratulate Jarrett and post your own trades and donations, even if they're small. You'll get ripped on by promoters and liars and scumbags, but it's good for you to see that kind of idiocracy. I was going to say idiocy, and just real nastiness on social media. It's good for you because it gives you thicker skin. You should trade small in the beginning. You should be proud of every small donation. Jack, again, when you watch our 4.5 hour sit down interview, which will be like a mini series event, he struggled so much. Tim Grittani struggled in the beginning. Almost all of my top students really struggled in the beginning. And, even like Michael Good, who like made $100,000 very quickly, he lost $100,000. Like, he had a giant loss in the beginning. Now he's over 2 million. Roland had a giant profit, didn't take it, didn't learn to sell into strength in the beginning, lost his entire big gains. So don't feel bad if you're losing. Don't feel bad if you're starting small. Understand this is a process and a journey. And I'm proud to show you students who have, been on this journey for now a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and are reaping the rewards. And I'm proud to show you students at the beginning of the journey. It's good to kind of compare and contrast, but it's my honor to get people on the right track. And I will never ease up on promoters or liars or negative people who try to get my students off the right track, because I know what the right track is. I'm not right on every trade, but I'm 100% right on the track that you should take in terms of studying and trading small and practicing in the beginning. I'm also going to link some of these recent videos. I don't think you guys have even realized, like, just in the past few days, I mean, Jack gave the 2.5 hour webinar yesterday, but this is an hour-long video with Tim Grittani, who, he made like 700,000 in December. Matt Monaco made over 200,000 and I made nearly 200,000. All in December. So I want you to get, what's going on here? I'm clicking like the wrong buttons. I want you to watch this video because we talk about what's working for us, and Jack Kellogg also tuned in. So I'll post that link. And then also yesterday, Matt Monaco, aside from, Jack's 2.5 hour webinar, Matt Monaco did like a yearly recap, a 25, 26 minute video. I still haven't even watched all of this because I was too busy trading. So I'm actually going to watch this today. But Matt Monaco just graduated college last year. When the year started, I mean, he had made like nothing, but he had been studying for 2 or 3 years. And now, in 2020, he made over 600,000, and 200,000 of that just in December. I'm also going to link these. This is the video lessons for my morning panic dip buys. This is my number one strategy pretty much every day right now. You won't see me taking many overnight trades, not because, some of these OTCs aren't gapping up, but because I want no distractions to be completely ready for the morning panic dip buys. I said this during a challenge webinar the other day, and it resonated with a lot of people because people are like, "Oh, should I hold this stock overnight? What do you think, Tim?" And I'm like, every single person is different. I don't hold these stocks overnight just because I'm focused on the morning panic dip buys. And aside from just trading, I'm typing out the damn alerts. So I can't be distracted by some overnight position where maybe I might make an extra 500 or 1,000, which, in a normal market, that's good. But when there's a morning panic dip buy where I need to be solely focused on that, I might make 5 or 10 grand. So for me, it's not even just about choosing, the best trades. It's about prioritizing the best trades. Like there's so many trades, I have to say, no, the odds of this one, being a big trade, it's just not worth it. I'll give you an example. This is a tough lesson to learn, but RSCF had a strong first green day here, at 63 cents, and I was selling it into the close. I was buying it very nicely. This is a recent runner. If you go back and look, I mean, I underestimated it during the run up. And then here I was like, oh, damn, like first green day OTC, and they kind of have like industry news and, where their technology is where they can protect the vaccines for coronavirus at low temperatures while shipping, which is hugely needed right now. So it started spiking on news that, some of the vaccines have spoiled because they weren't stored properly. So theoretically, RSCF should benefit. First green day with a former runner, and I had the decision of holding it overnight or not. And, I was like, well, I already have like a profit, right? Like for me, if it already hits most of my goals or it hits all my goals, why take the overnight risk? And now add that where forget about just the overnight risk. There's morning panic risk of missing out on other potential trades, right? There's opportunity cost risk, which is just crazy because there's so many plays. So I sold RSCF at 63 cents into the close on Wednesday. And, I was going back and forth about it. I was like, should I sell it? But I had a nearly $2,000 profit on that one. So it hit my goals. And then I was like, I got to focus on morning panics. And sure enough, not only did I capture some other morning panics, but I protected myself because this one didn't even do anymore. So that was dead on the 100% right thing to do. And AITX was the morning panic that I absolutely just nailed. It has and I'm sorry about this. Sometimes penny stock charts have like these data blips and it messes up the whole chart. Like you can't really see it. It's on pretty much every platform. But this did have a nice little morning panic here. It doesn't look like much, but it came down from the 5s to the 4s and I got the dip. And it went back to the 5s. And again, like you're only talking about a penny a share, but like at the market open, I mean, the morning panic is just there. ALPP probably has a better chart where you can see the morning panic and the bounce. And I nailed this one too. All the charts are also messed up because of like the holiday today. But this is what I'm looking for. This is my number one strategy. And again, you have access to this. I'll post the link to this video category. There's over 900 video lessons specifically on morning panics. And I'll go over the weekend a whole like long video on my 20K day so you can see trade by trade how I made 20 grand. It wasn't on any one trade. It was lots of small gains added up. But this is what I'm looking for every day, morning panics. And that's the strategy that works best for me. Okay. You have to find what works best for you. When you watch all of these, ideally 900 videos, when you watch and learn about Matt Monaco, when you watch and learn about, what's working for Tim Grittani. I mean, he had a $400,000 day like 2 or 3 weeks ago on NXTD when Bitcoin was breaking out. Like, you start learning specifically what works best for them. Jack Kellogg, like, he has his own favorite patterns. Where was Kyle? He has his own favorite patterns. And Kyle, understand, like, it's okay to change your patterns. It's okay to adapt. Kyle was primarily a short seller, but I think he just had his first 5-figure day on the long side the other day. And I was like, welcome to the light, my son, because I'm not a big fan of short selling right now. And a lot of my idiot haters, when I call their pump a pump, when I call it out, they're like, oh, you're just short selling. You want it to go down. I'm like, I'm actually not short selling. I'm calling your pump a pump because that's what it is. And I'm trying to warn people who have the wrong mindset about it, but I'm not short selling. I don't think short selling is a very good strategy right now. It's very risky, very scary. And many newbies who are trying to be short sellers right now, even if you're fundamentally right, even if these companies are eventually going to tank, because these stocks are spiking so much and so quickly, you're just ill prepared to risk that much of a loss. So Kyle, God bless his heart. He's a short seller, but he just had his first, 5-figure day, like over $10,000 on the long side. And you can adapt, but you find what works best for you. Trading is all about adapting. So again, there's many scumbags, liars, cheats, frauds, fakes, bots on social media that will try to rip on you, being like, you shouldn't be doing this. You have to do what works best for you. And eventually you start to laugh at, the antics of this circus, because that's what it is. This niche is really a circus, right? Like, I mean, trading it entirely is a circus. What kind of industry where 90% of people lose? I mean, I guess that's Vegas and gambling too. But it's just funny that no one really talks about it. Everyone wants to talk about their winners. Everyone wants to pretend that they're, above stats and above the other people, and you want to feel special because that's what your mom told you when you were young. But you're not special. None of us are special. If you add up all of us, we add up to the norm. We are all average if, you have a big enough data set. What you can do to be better than others, what you can do to rise above, most people who lose, is really hone in on what you're good at. So I'm going to post lots of links underneath this. Again, join my challenge if you want access to all of the webinars, because I think that is one of the most useful, if not the single most useful tool in your toolbox for learning. Thank you so much, Jack Kellogg. I have too many windows open. Jack Kellogg for a 2.5-hour webinar yesterday. Thank you so much in advance for Kyle giving, a 2-hour. He'll probably go 2.5 hours next week too. We'll see. But all of you challenge students, you have access to all of this. And by the way, like this video with Tim Grittani and Matt Monaco, people are like, yeah, I want to learn more from Grittani. Challenge students, there's over 60 webinars with Tim Grittani from the past. But people don't want to study the past. They're like, that strategy's dead. You should learn about strategies from the past, even if they're dead. Learn his mindset. Learn what was working, because what was working oftentimes comes back in similar or sometimes even the same form. The reason why he made $400,000, as you'll hear in this video, on NXTD, is because he remembered the last Bitcoin run up, and it was the same exact breakout chart. And because he remembered the last breakout, that allowed him to have more confidence and size up and make 400 grand in a day. That's the key here, okay? Learning these lessons. Even if you miss a run up, even if you miss a play, remember the lesson for next time, because patterns repeat, the stock market repeats. So I'll have a more technical video on Sunday going over my 20K day, but congrats to so many students, whether you're Jarrett and you're trading small but donating already, John Papa, Bryce, Brock, Kyle, Mariana, and so many more. I'm sorry I can't keep up. I wanted to do a short video, but as you can tell, I want you to get on the right, just in the right process, in the right mindset for 2021. And again, leave a comment underneath this video saying, I want to make 2021 the best year ever. Happy New Year, and I'm going to go make more videos so that you can study and give you better odds of success in this industry full of losers. Thank you.